It's 8 p.m. The polls are now closed in New Jersey. The candidates, Democrat Mikey Sherrill and Republican Jack Ciattarelli, neck and neck, making it one of the most closely watched races in the country.
The other, of course, the race for mayor. Right now, Zohran Mamdani, Andrew Cuomo, and Curtis Sliwa making their final push before polls close in less than an hour. All three hoping to be New York City's 111th mayor. Live team coverage from both sides of the Hudson starts right now. And good evening, I'm Natasha Verma.
And I'm Bianca Peters. Welcome to a special election edition of Fox 5 News on My 9 and streaming in the free Fox Local app. We've got all the races covered tonight, from the high-stakes New York City's mayor's race to the race for New Jersey governor.
And keep an eye on the bottom of your screen, because that's where you're going to see results throughout the next hour as they trickle in. So let's start in New York City with the race for mayor. Three candidates have all cast their votes, and now New Yorkers have a little less than an hour to make their voices heard. You can see the countdown clock on your screen. We have Fox 5 reporters at all the candidates' campaign headquarters, and we're going to check in with them in just a few minutes. And in New Jersey, the polls have now officially closed.
So that means results will start coming in for the governor's race. Republican Jack Ciattarelli is up against Democrat Mikey Sherrill. They both want to replace outgoing Democratic Governor Phil Murphy. Now, tonight's results considered a potential bellwether election with national implications. We have a team of reporters covering this race. Sharon Crowley is at the Ciattarelli headquarters in Bridgewater.
But we begin with Teresa Priolo, who's with the Mikey Sherrill campaign in East Brunswick. Teresa, what's the mood like out there?
I have to tell you, Bianca and Natasha, the party has already started here in East Brunswick. You could probably hear how loud it is behind me. Lots of surrogates like Senator Cory Booker are here talking to not only Sherrill supporters, but also some of his supporters as well. We are awaiting the Congresswoman's arrival. We were told that she was going to be in Essex County with her family until the polls close, and now we're waiting for her to be able to get here as well. Let's show you some video of her voting earlier this morning. Early this morning, she was in Montclair with her family. The Navy helicopter pilot, a mom of four, voted this morning. She is looking to do what has not been done in New Jersey since the 1960s. That is, keep the governor's seat in Democratic hands for a third term. But as the polls suggest, she has her work cut out for her. Sherrill's campaign can be summed up with one word, and that's affordability. They are betting that that is the one issue that will bring people out. Take a listen.
Right now, as far as what to see and how we connect with people, I think it is doing, again, the kind of campaign I've run, which means speaking to thousands and thousands of the people that you want to serve in office and understand what keeps them up at night. I've told people in my state, look, if it's keeping you up at night as your governor, it's going to keep me up at night.
Now, this race is really considered a toss-up by the polls, but the team here tells me they are optimistic, especially when they look at the early voting numbers. Looking at those numbers, Democrats outweigh Republicans in the state by 3-2, and about 22% of Democrats voted early versus about 18% of Republicans that voted early. Now, Bianca and Natasha, we know that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You don't always vote for the party that you're affiliated with. So that's what's going to make tonight all the more interesting, because we really do believe it might come down to just a handful of votes, essentially. That's the latest from East Brunswick tonight. I'll send things back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, this one's a tight one. We'll see what happens with this. Teresa, thanks so much. Now let's check in with Sharon Crowley to see what's happening at the Ciattarelli headquarters. Sharon.
Well, the polls just closed, as Teresa mentioned, here in New Jersey, and they've just opened the doors here at Ciattarelli headquarters in Bridgewater, New Jersey. So you probably see the fans trickling in behind me, a lot of red, white, and blue, a lot of Make America Great hats supporting Donald Trump here in the audience. Jack Ciattarelli is hoping to do what he was unable to do twice before. He's hoping the third time is the charm, and he will build momentum and finally be able to win the governor's seat here in New Jersey. But it's a deeply blue state, so he knows the challenges that are facing him. He's been campaigning all over the state. He called it his diner tour, and he's been really going, like so many of these candidates, so many stops in every single day. What he's been running on is affordability and the cost of living here in New Jersey. And if you're a New Jersey resident and you're watching, you know exactly what I'm about to say. Property taxes. They've been complaining for decades about property taxes here in New Jersey, as well as the recent high costs of energy bills. And Ciattarelli vowing not only to reduce the size of government, but he says that he will work with the Democratic-controlled state lawmakers in Trenton to try to lower property taxes. And he says that he would not raise the sales tax, and he has some other ideas as well if he becomes elected. Now, he did get a boost last night from President Trump, who called in on a telephone for a rally that they had here in New Jersey. Here's Jack Ciattarelli just yesterday.
We have an affordability crisis in New Jersey, and I can address that on day one. One, I'm going to reduce the size and cost of a bloated, inefficient state government to afford a tax cut for individuals and businesses. Two, we're going to pull out of the carbon tax, the cap-and-trade carbon tax thing that's driving our electricity rates through the roof. So I'll pull us out of that, lower people's electricity bill on day one. And with a new school funding formula, I can lower property taxes across New Jersey and give towns like this one their fair share of state aid.
That was actually Jack Ciattarelli this morning. Now, here's some video of a really heartwarming moment. His son just came back from Kuwait he got a 72-hour leave, and he surprised his father on the campaign trail. His name is Jake, and he's in the Army, and he was only home for a short window of time here just to wish his father well yesterday. So we haven't seen the candidate himself yet here at the headquarters, but we have seen a lot of his supporters, and we'll be here for you all night and let you know the very latest as those results start to come in. I'll send it back to you.
A really sweet moment there. All right, Sharon, thank you so much. And our election night coverage is just getting started.
Coming up, we are taking you to the election night headquarters of all three candidates for New York City mayor. Plus, we're going to check of the forecast with Nick. Hey, Nick.
Hi, Bianca Natasha. Our forecast is quiet for tonight. The wind has settled down with a mainly clear sky, though. That's going to lead to chilly conditions. However, the wind is ramping up big time tomorrow. I'll tell you about it with the forecast.